Yeah, she was asking about you.
Hired for
That's right.
for
Keep
giving us
dreaming.
preferential treatment.
Yes. In fact, that's why she was
Oh
fired.
gosh. Exactly. All right. So are we live? Is that what's happening?
Yes, we're live. Let's keep talking about this.
Okay.
I don't know. You have to verify that we're live. I don't have the window open.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Let me load it up.
Assuming we are live. Hi, everybody.
Uh,
Does you have that much of a delay? I guess because you're in Greece. Um,
yeah, it's one of those things.
anyhow, I'm assuming we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our
Uh,
live stream.
okay, yeah, we're live. Okay, cool.
Okay, great. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to our live stream where we are going to talk to you a little bit about our marketplace, which is our newest tool that we've just released. Also in alpha. As we get through alpha, we're releasing all of our different tools, showing them to you, giving you a little bit of explanation, and at the same time, we have a prize raffle related to tickets that we've been giving out to people who have been voting in our art tournaments. So that's our agenda for today. And if you are just joining us, you can ask us any questions you like in the chat as we go. I'm George. This is John Paul below me, as you can see. And
What's up, guys?
we are a couple of the devs on Chromancer. We actually have other members of the team sort of connect to us through chat and so on. So we are fully equipped to answer any questions that may come up. But yeah, it's been a good project so far. We continue to release these tools, and the next thing on the docket is the marketplace. We're really excited about the marketplace. Actually, so happens that John Paul and I are in particular really excited about the marketplace. This is one of the parts of the project that we've been looking forward to the whole project and continue to look forward to, and it's kind of one of the driving reasons that we are happy about what we're doing. We always want to create tools that are better, than anything else we've seen. That's obviously our ideal, and we want to improve on some of the things that we find problematic with other products. But the marketplace in particular is sensitive for a couple of reasons, and I'll say just one or two things about it, but I'll let John Paul talk a little bit about it because he's really our marketing expert on top of everything else. And I would just say that to me, the biggest thing about the marketplace is that the transition from physical to online card games, as you've seen in all kinds of other card games that you've probably played, they've lost a little bit of what we consider to be one of the most important elements of card games. One of the things that makes them so great in the physical world, which is that they're collectible. And we just don't think that you can really have a collectible game unless you have a free and an open economy, an open marketplace where people can trade with each other. Um, and that's pretty much what we're trying to bring back to the online space. Even though it's a little bit harder to design, or maybe it's less conventional to design it, might be the better way to put it. But that's kind of just the central pillar of what we're doing here. And so we'll explain a little bit about how it's going to work and how we're going to implement that. You can see that I have the website up here in the background, and I will be just showing you some things. But JP, what are your thoughts on the marketplace? Because I know this is uh, a big thing of yours.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reason why I think it's really exciting the way that we've kind of um, conceptualized this and are now implementing it. Oh wait, just a second. It's a telephone.
He said something wrong. He's being called out.
I
Do you need to
mean,
take that?
no, no,
Okay.
it's all good. It's
All
all
right.
good.
Shall we just start
No,
over?
but one thing that I think is really cool is that the way that we're kind of implementing trading and the marketplace in general is that we want a very open system and a system which has information that's readily available, easy to kind of find and digest. And in that way, I liken it very much to any kind of marketplace, whether that's kind of a stock market or anything like that. So you can instantly see kind of the value of the cards that are being traded there, and then you can immediately kind of take that information and draw conclusions about kind of the overall value of your account, your portfolio of cards in your vault, and it really kind of it makes things kind of a lot more obvious. Whereas in kind of in other games, at least that I've played, you might have a lot of cards and you might have a vague sense of what they're worth, or you think, oh, this is kind of valuable, and I have a couple of these and I have a couple of those, but
Right.
you don't really have that in a very concrete way. Oh, all right,
My
I
goodness.
might actually have to
Is
take
that a
that.
landline?
It is a landline.
um,
They still exist here in Greece.
right. uh, well, I mean, to your point, and I want to actually start showing people the marketplace. I have it pulled up here in the background. You can probably see on our website. Um, at the end of the day, isn't one of the goals of a collectible card game to collect the game? I mean, isn't that literally when you say CCG, one of the two things that it combines? The whole genius of collectible card games, the way I see it anyway, is they combine the idea of collectability and playability. So without the collectability, you just have a card game.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, I know many people that they think collecting is the most fun aspect of card games, and why not empower that? Why not give somebody market tools that allow them to, as you say, track the progress of card values over time, or look at something in terms of a portfolio and say, you know what, I'm investing, quote unquote, in this set of cards because I think they will increase in value over time, that kind of thing. That type of
yeah.
emergent market philosophy and gameplay is, I think, only conducive to really, really enjoyable times, if you will. I mean, I
Yeah,
certainly enjoy
and
it.
it's not independent of playing the game either. I mean, collection isn't a thing by itself. It's intimately tied with gameplay and people's
Right.
understanding of strategy, deck building. You know, what cards work really well together. I mean,
Well,
the
it's
the
maybe a
two are.
market into which you can have some insider information in the sense that you can, because you know the
Mhm.
game, you know what's popular, you know what
Exactly.
meta game is sort of coming about, and what cards might suddenly become more popular. If you can predict that accurately, you can then play the market well. So
Absolutely.
I have the marketplace open here. Basically, all of the tools that we have at our website, they're very easy to get to. When you get to the website itself, and you see here, actually, we have this splash that says that we're live right now. That's the first thing you'll see. But here at the website, we have your account settings up in the top right. You just click on account, and once you log in, that's also the login button. Once you log in, you'll just see all these buttons here that direct you to any of the tools that we have online right now. There's one that says Marketplace, which is up for a little while now. You'll click on that, and you get to our Marketplace. Before I get into this, I want to show you very quickly our vault, which is this area right here. Um, and our vault is basically the place where a player keeps all of his cards, keeps all of his assets, etc. This is the alpha version of this. And what we're doing for our alpha until we get to beta is we're giving away free alpha cards. Once a week, you can click on a button to get a free pack of 7 cards, a free booster pack. And you can collect our alpha set, which consists of 24 cards of varying rarities. And we have a bunch of challenges that you can read about them on the website, that if you fulfill any of these challenges, you get free stuff, free promo cards. So if you haven't done this already, this week, this is your last day because it's Sunday, then you can do it again tomorrow. You get 2 packs, pretty good deal. Go set up an account, go into your vault, and then click the button that says get a free pack of cards. For those of you who have already done this, and for anybody who hasn't, we actually, as of right now, have implemented something special and new, which is that we're also giving every account a one-time 3 free boosters. And you can do this if you've already been with us for a while and you already have a set of cards. This is just to start people off who are just coming, so they can have a little bit of a collection. You see that I have that button available right here in my vault, and you can just click on that and you get the 3 free packs. And you can start with all our collection stuff. And then you can, of course, hop over here to the actual article. We call them the card collection challenges. You can scroll down here and see these are all the lists of things that you're trying to collect, along with prizes. Anyhow, so you'll be able to inspect all of that stuff here in your vault. Your vault is also the place from which you're going to be able to get these free boosters just by clicking this button. It's going to appear automatically once a week for you. And so without further ado, I will show you what you actually do with those alpha cards on the marketplace. And then after we go through that a little bit, John Paul's going to then raffle off a couple of prizes for you, and we'll tell you what those prizes are as we talk about the marketplace.
That is correct. Yep.
That is yup.
Shall we reveal what the prices are?
Well, we did reveal it in the thread that was put up under the name John Paul MG, if I recall correctly. I don't know if that's one of your alt accounts.
It's my only alt account,
Oh, right, I see.
for the record.
Yeah,
But the prize is just for whoever didn't read it but is tuning in now. It's 500 chroma and 2 alpha boosters for every drawing.
right. So we'll draw 3 times, and each person will get 500 chroma, and they'll get 2 alpha boosters. Now, the thing to remember is that the alpha boosters do get wiped off your account. They're not permanent cards. The purpose of having them is to test our marketplace with us and to unlock a whole bunch of these other prizes by collecting things. If you achieve any of the collection challenges, you get promo cards, which are limited edition and exclusive, and those will be unlocked at beta. The chroma that we give you as part of the prize is permanent and on your account and unlocked at beta. So you get both parts of that. Let's go to the marketplace without any further ado. So here we are, and our basic setup is a little bit unique. Keeping in mind that this is a framework that's going to expand and become much more robust and have a lot more elements to it, the basic concept of our marketplace is geared towards being a card player. And the way that works is you're basically going to, at any one time, divide your collection into 2 parts. You're going to say, here are the cards that I'm going to use to play with, because I have them in my decks. I want to take them with me to various matches and tournaments. And here's a set of cards that I'm not really using right now that I would be willing to listen to a potential trade on. Maybe if somebody's interested in them, they'll offer me a trade. So you can set aside a whole bunch of your cards into something called a vitrine, which basically means like a display window. And you can manage that very easily here. I clicked on Manage Vitrine, and you see that I've got a list of cards here on the left, which are the cards in my vault, the cards that I'm using in my decks. And I've got a list of cards here on my right, on the right, which are the cards that are in my vitrine. And I can just switch back and forth between those by clicking an arrow, very simply. And I should point out that this is a very easy transition. It always will be. It's not like we want to lock out cards just because you're using them in a deck if you want to be able to trade with them. But of course, during the exact moment of time that you're playing with a card in a game, you can't trade it. That's basically the only rule that's being enforced here, for good reason. That's a little bit of the crux of how this works. Then you have the public listings section where you can get literally everything on the marketplace that you can make offers on. You can view anything you want, click into it, and make an offer on it. For example, one of our players here named Palantir is offering a corporeal fire, which I can look at, I can inspect, and then I can make him an offer just by clicking the Make an Offer button. So there's a lot happening here, and I'll explain a couple of the things about what's happening here. And one of the cool things that's sort of unfolding in front of you on the screen is that you can see that this card here is actually a link, that if I hover over it, I'm getting an image of the card. If I click on it, I can get more information on the card. Eventually, if I click on it, I'll be able to actually copy aspects of it to my account. If it were a deck list, for example, I'd be able to copy that deck list into my list of decks instantly. And this icon here we call a smart icon, and we enable you to use that with a very simple grammar anywhere on our site. You can use it on our forums, you can use it in our private messaging system. And this is basically how you can share information across our site with friends and other players. It's very simple. In the case of a card, you literally would type an open square bracket, the word card, the symbol equals, and then the name of the card, and then close the square bracket, and that will become this type of icon in your message or in your private message. And that's basically how it works. We've got these sort of plugged in everywhere, and it's a good way to inspect, for one thing, when you're on Marketplace, what exactly it is that you're trading for. So let me see here. Let me see if I can offer JP a trade. I will search.
Yeah, I'm being silent because I've been reviewing my own pending trades.
You should be
trying to get
reviewing the chat in the Twitch channel as well, sir.
Well, that too.
So I've just everything's filterable, of course, searchable. So I've gone to John Paul as a lister, and he's listing corporeal water as something he's offering. So I'm going to make him an offer. I'm going to offer him
a blood dredge.
No, I'm going to offer him a fireball in his dreams. Offer it. And now he should be receiving private message. This is another thing to show you. Here at the top right of your page, you have a mailbox. This is another new thing that we've implemented. You can private message with any player that you want on the site, any dev that you want, and you also get a bunch of automatic messages to your mailbox here. You'll get all these messages from the marketplace that basically tell you when you have an offer that's rejected, an offer that's accepted, and so on. When you decide to do something, it will give you a notification. This is how you can track your market activity, and this is all going to be organized eventually into its own folder. But it's very, very clear. You will also get an email, rather a private message, that says, let me just show you an example, your new cards. And you can see this is a list of cards. And why is this appearing in my inbox? Well, this is a pack of cards that I opened. And I now have a permanent record of exactly what that pack was because it's sent them to me, copies of them, to my inbox. So we have a lot of little tools like that. Again, this is an alpha. This is before we put all the pro-looking design into it. But functionally, this is how we want things to work. So we welcome you to come and play around with these things. Close.
Incidentally, I accepted your offer.
Okay. So there is a timer that will take a couple of minutes to actually do this automatically. It will refresh the screen on its own, but I'll just refresh the screen right now, and you'll see that I have new messages sitting here in my mailbox, which I can click on. And it says your offer was rejected and your offer was accepted. So who rejected? As a result of one of my offers not being selected, some of my cards have returned to available status in my vitrine. So you can see that we also have these sort of complex messages like this. This is a great example, in which something happened and you may not have otherwise been sure about it, but we like to track that information and send it to you into your mailbox. And my offer was accepted by JP. Great. So I can go back to my marketplace and I can see the results of that. In fact, I can better go to my vault. Here we go. And you can see, what did I trade you again? I traded you a fireball for a corporeal water. So now I have 6 of those. I had 5, and I should have 2. Yeah, I have 2 fireballs. Makes sense. I guess I can click on the, oh goodness gracious, what just happened? Did you get cut off?
Or something, but now we got reconnected again.
Technical difficulties.
It's probably my fault.
It
probably
is
my
your
fault.
All right, there we go. In any event, let me show you what happens when you click on Get Free Boosters, just so you can see what happens on my account, and then I think we'll proceed with the raffle, unless there are questions that we need to field.
There are no questions in chat. So.
Okay, so please come do this yourself. Come click on Get 3 Free Boosters. Let's see what happens. Wow, you got 21 new cards. Look at this huge list here. It appears in front of me. And I got nothing that I didn't already have. That is called being unlucky. But I, of course, got a whole bunch of things that I can use as trade fodder. Let's see here. I did get a couple of rare cards, which is great. And I can go to my messages, and you can see that you can pull this up again. It gives you that list one more time. You can review what you got, and you can start trading on the marketplace. Let me pop into here. You can see these are the alpha collection challenges. I can go down here and I can say, maybe I want to collect one of these different prizes. You can see the card list, and then you can compare that to your vault. Try to accumulate one of these sets. Just to give you an example, there's this prize here called the Demonologist. It gives you a promo card if you can achieve it. I need 10 red hordlings for that, 4 smokejack, and etc., etc. These are the various cards in our system. You can just check it here. Go into your vault, see if you've got them. If you don't, trade for them. We already have one player, Wizard Cat, who has accumulated an entire set, so he'll be getting 2 free promo cards for that. Anyhow, John Paul,
that was pretty impressive.
that was very quick, faster than I could do it.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you trade well. So JP,
I think we're ready to do a little raffling.
yeah, tell us a little bit about the art tournament and how all that works.
Okay, yeah. So the raffle that we're about to do is a result of the art tournament. The art tournament is
Hold it up on screen.
something that we started up when we were actually on the tail end of our Kickstarter, and we just wanted to showcase a lot of the really amazing artwork that was getting done for the project, and at the same time, try and engage some of the people, some of the audience, our player base, and future player base, to get a little bit of feedback from them in terms of what they liked, what styles they liked, maybe what they didn't like, what they thought was incredible. And actually, it's been really, really helpful. We listen to the feedback and we act on it as well. So this is the third season, as we call it, art tournament. So the third time we've done it. It's basically a kind of a head-to-head type matchup with 8 competitors. We have 4 initial rounds and then a semifinal and then a final match. And then, the winner this time around was Skirmish Axe. You guys could see that on the website.
Mm-hmm. Have it on screen.
You have it on the screen. And one of the things that we do is we tally up voting, just to encourage people to vote. And so if you vote in one of the tournaments and you let us know which way you voted and hopefully give us some constructive feedback about it, whether you liked it, didn't like it, what you didn't like, what you liked. We make a note of that. We've recorded it, and we reward you. And this is part of the reward.
Right.
So, based on the number of votes that you accumulated over the course of this particular season, you get a number of raffle draws, raffle tickets, lottery tickets, and you have that many for the draw. And
so in general. Raffle tickets are just items that you can acquire in all kinds of different ways, and once in a while we will have a raffle where we give out prizes. So eventually you'll be able to actually trade those things on the marketplace, give them to each other, and there'll be multiple ways to achieve them. But right now the only way you can get raffle tickets is by voting in our art tournament. Our art tournament is so easy to vote in. All you need is a Facebook account. We don't collect any private information from you whatsoever. You can just go look at the great art and click on the one that you like more, and you get a free raffle ticket. Which we'll then use when we have our next live stream and prize raffle to give you free stuff. So basically, JP draws the numbers out of a hat, more or less, and although electronically.
Pretty much.
And you get a prize.
It's a random number generator, but
Right.
that's how we would have done it about 70 years ago.
It's a random number generator. John Paul closes his eyes and he takes a pen and a number gets written. It's amazing.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna do the first drawing.
You want to actually do the first drawing? Okay.
I will do the first drawing, and the winner of the first drawing
Let's
is.
just remind people the prize is what?
The prize is 500 chroma, and a temporary 2 alpha boosters for use in the collection challenge. However you want, basically during alpha. During our alpha phase.
Okay.
So I just ran the number generator. The lucky number is number 44, which belongs to Joel. I don't know if he's on the stream, but
congratulations, sir.
Congrats, Joel. You will be hearing from us.
It's so ominous.
in a good way.
Congratulations. Watch yourself.
I will update. I'll update every account, every winner at the end of the live stream with the appropriate goodies in your account. So you'll have that as soon as we're done here.
We'll make sure that you have it in the next couple of days. Let's put it that way.
Okay, let's put it that way.
Because you're not actually doing it yourself. You are asking other people to do it for you, right?
No, I can actually do some of these things.
Some of these things.
Some of these things. The chroma I could do.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. All right, well, we have 2 more draws, but do we want to just knock those out?
Please.
All right. Second draw is the lucky number 12, which is Asteri.
Oh, great.
You
He
are
just
a winner.
posted to our Facebook thread telling us that we had an error, which, of course, we always appreciate, even if we're making fun of it. We managed to write the wrong thing down for who was competing in the last round. Well, that was dumb.
Well, it's no excuse, but I did write up that article when I was quite sick last week, so
That is no excuse.
that was not an excuse, just an explanation. By the way, Asteri in Greek means a star.
Oh, so this is another alt.
No,
You are
it,
very good at giving yourself prizes.
it is not another alt. Although it might be another Greek, so just
Right. Well, it might be another
I
Greek.
like to keep it in the family. All right. Um, drawing again, and the winner this time is Alpha.
Oh, good for you,
Our
Alpha.
Good for
Well
you.
done, sir.
Alpha is very
He's active on the marketplace.
he's very active on the marketplace and in the forums. Thank you very much for letting us know which pieces you like and why, and which you don't like and why. It's definitely useful for us to get all kinds of feedback. So thanks
Yeah.
for being so engaged with us on this. It's
I've
great.
put Balrog on the screen. This is an oldie but a goodie.
Oldie but a goodie. Not many of those are out there, although I do have one.
What was that? Oh, Balrogs? Okay, that was a
Balrogs,
very
yeah.
confusing comment. Anyhow, so thus do the die roll. No, do the dice roll. Dice is plural of die. Thus do the dice roll.
Hmm.
Congrats to all of you guys. And as we get further along and we have actually really large raffles where we have a lot of people with a lot of tickets, we might actually start giving out really big prizes. But we're not really quite there yet with a small community. But we do like to, we really would like to reward our earliest adopters and our early backers and all of you guys. And one of the ways that we do that is these promo cards that we're giving out really are unique. They're exclusive. They're only going to exist into the first part of our launch. So there's only going to be so many of them. Of course, as is always the case, we don't want to damage basically the integrity of gameplay through collection. Even though collection is really important, it shouldn't impede your ability to play the game really well. So what that means in a nutshell is that yes, we have promo cards, yes, we have limited edition things, yes, we have exclusive items that'll be valuable and trade well in the marketplace, but the mechanics of those cards are going to still be available to other players. In other words, we'll have an early version of a card and then we'll have a later version of a card, and functionally they'll be identical in the game. And the second card will probably be much more widely available, but the first card will be, for collection purposes, the more interesting card.
Exactly. Yep.
That way we can have the best of both worlds.
Hmm.
So these promo cards, while they won't, they're not going to be things that are incredibly strong and, ungettable by anyone else. So we're not giving you the ability to win games here. We're not pay to win, basically. But we are
And by
giving you something you can
ungettable,
trade.
George means unobtainable because ungettable is not a word.
Unobtainable, ungettable. So, okay. Thank you for that.
Sorry, George. Sorry, George. We're
I find your jokes ungettable.
okay.
Aha,
Uh,
that's right.
I have nothing. I have no no comeback, no retort.
All right, all right. Well, I'm just flipping through a little bit more of the art. That's pretty much it for what we wanted to announce. We will let you, we'll summarize this live stream in a thread. We'll tell you who the winners are again, and we will unlock your prizes for you. And we'll try to run these things a little bit more regularly. And sooner or later, we will, I hope, be getting to the point where we have a pretty reasonable crowd. Part of the reason to run these live streams is because the video gets saved, and then people can refer to this later on for information.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
anything else that we need to go over, JP?
I think that's it.
Bob
We
back
will
into the
have
marketplace
our
here.
kind of regular alpha play tests resume as of next
That's
week,
right.
I believe.
That's right. Let's not forget about that. We do alpha test the game regularly. You're welcome to a play test. Please just sign up. You can see here in the forums that we have a thread, which we will put as a news article now after this raffle. Let's see, play test. Here's the article. Just gives you the very brief information. You can respond to the article directly if you want to be in the play test. If you've been in a previous play test, you're already on our list, so you'll get enabled automatically. And that's how we basically play test the game with our players every Sunday.
Oh, Milo's got a question in chat, George,
ahead.
which I think is a pretty interesting question, which is with sprites, how do we differentiate between versions of a card? Referring back to what you were saying before about having different versions, some are more
Oh,
or for collecting
oh,
purposes.
sprites
Others are.
actually. Well, that's a great question. I mean, the simple answer is that while we're still under budget and we're still brand new, we're probably not going to have two different sprites for the same card. I mean, that just would be an expense that there's no real reason for us to cover. But it's a great question because those types of aesthetics, whether it's skins, whether it's art, whether it's sprites or anything, whether it's animations, those are all the types of things that it is smart and good design, if you will, for us to enable as something
Hmm.
that players can essentially purchase or earn because it doesn't harm or change the integrity of the game, but it does enable us to make a sale, basically. When
Right.
you take pressure off of the actual card pool and you're able to make sales that way as a company, you enable yourself not to have power creep and not to have bad design and not to have pay to win structures. And that's very important to us because we want the game to be playable. Um, so great question. I mean, I guess I didn't really answer it. The answer would be yes, eventually that's the type of thing that we'd be interested in doing. I just don't expect that's going to happen at launch. So at launch, if you have two card arts unlocked for something, if you play the card, it's going to have the same sprite. Um,
Absolutely.
but there's no reason for us to not think that you couldn't have a barbarian that has a different set of armor or something for a later update.
Hmm.
So yeah, great question.
Yep.
Good idea too, actually.
Yep.
And just to follow on slightly on what Milo is saying, for those of you following, we do have an article up on the website here, Sneak Preview Creature Animations, which you can click into, and you can see some of the way things are going to look when we launch with them. You can see the skeleton here is already animated in this little box here. We've got a couple more animations spoiled in various places, like on our Kickstarter updates. Anyhow, that is that.
Yep. Anything else, George?
I think that's informationally all that we need. Um, Marketplace, trading, message box system up here, smart icons for cards, which if you recall, in fact, you know what? I can just give you an example of that right now, and that can be the last thing that we do. I can compose a new message. I will send this to, find recipients. Send this to JP. And you can see, oh, you know what? That's not going to work because I'm not going to be able to pull it up on his screen. Well, you can send me a message, but I'll do it on the forum post.
You want me to send you a
No,
message?
that's all right. I got it covered. So here in the forum post, I'm writing card equals red hordling using our little shorthand. If I click add, you can see that has actually turned into a smart icon here. Somebody can look at this red hordling, see what I'm talking about. Same works for trades, same works for deck seals, same works for all kinds of things. Deck seals are deck lists. But they work for trades. We're going to implement them rather for trades as well, which means I could literally talk to somebody about a trade that's available to me and say, here, look at this trade, and give him an icon of it. And then he could click on it, he could go directly to the marketplace and see it in place, etc. So various tools. Anyhow, that's that. We hope that you'll come to our website and read up about this stuff, participate in our alpha trading system and compete in the challenges. And we will see you next time when we have some other stuff to reveal. We're going to start the art tournament again next week, so you can participate in that. Again, all you need is a Facebook account. We don't take private information. It's very easy for you to vote, and you get free stuff for it. That's about it.
That's about it. All right, let's wrap it up.
Nothing else to say.
Nothing else to say.
I think John Paul needs to take that call now.
I have no idea who it was,
well,
but it must have been important. They called twice.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.
Cheers, guys.